What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's build I am building a gardener's cottage, or a cottage for a gardener, or however you want to say that, located in Windenburg. And yeah, so basically I was just looking for an excuse to just go crazy with landscaping, go crazy with plants and stuff like that. I was really in the mood to build just a small house, a tiny little house surrounded by lots of plants and lots of greenery. And so yeah, that's why I came up with the idea to build a little cottage in Windenburg, perfectly suitable for a gardener. So there's no, I didn't add like a greenhouse and stuff like that. So if your sim is really into gardening, your sim that you want to move in here, then maybe you want to add a little greenhouse. I mean, there is some space left on the lot, so you could easily do that. But I was just thinking this is the kind of sim that just loves to be outdoors and outside all the time. And they don't really care for a greenhouse. They just want their plants to be out in the open and exposed to the weather and stuff like that. And they just take such good care of their plants that doesn't really matter. That's what I was imagining. I just think that this sim loves being outdoors all the time, and that's why their house, like on the inside, is so tiny and a little bit outdated looking. But that was what I was really enjoying about it as well, because it's so tiny. It's not a tiny home residential, by the way. I don't know. I didn't think of using that residential lot type. So it is a normal sized house. Well, it's very small, but it's a regular residential lot. Yeah, it is very small on the inside. I was using the medium wall height just for the sake of those laundry day windows. I used that laundry day window that you can see, and I don't know, I came across it in the catalog and I was like, yes, this is the window that I want to use for this house. And then I tried to use it, and then I realized, of course, this is a medium wall height window. So I decided to just make the build medium wall height, but I think it suits the build. I mean, it's already pretty small, so the medium wall height does give it a little bit more like volume or something like that, if that makes sense. Like it just makes it look a little bit more like a little bit bigger, a little bit more like an actual house instead of like a little playhouse, if that makes sense. And I was also very much enjoying the color scheme, like the lighter green, the washed out green siding that I used, combined with the like gray brownish toned brick from Discovery University. And then for the little chimney area that I created myself, like the little custom chimney, I used brick from I think it's Seasons. Yeah, it's Seasons, because it matches those columns that I placed down. I don't know, I was really enjoying that combination of materials and colors together. And that little white little fence, I think, looks so cute. So I was really enjoying all the stuff that I could use for this build. And I was fiddling around with those little stepping stones. As you can see, I was a little bit frustrated by the fact that there is, like outside the lot, there is this little walkway up to the house, but it doesn't connect with the actual lot. It just stops randomly. And I think that's a shame. If they just made it so that that little pathway or little walkway would like connect with the actual lot, you could make it so you could use terrain paint so that your walkway up to the front door actually matches up with the walkway outside of the lot, if that makes sense. Like, I just thought it was a little bit of a shame that that didn't happen. Also, by the way, what I mentioned when I was taking my screenshots is I was already done taking my screenshots, but that's when I realized that half of my terrain paint was gone. I hate that glitch. I don't know. I thought, I was sure that they had fixed that a little while back, but I guess they didn't. There's still that stupid glitch going on, and it doesn't happen all the time. And not all my terrain paint was gone, like the little pathway that I created up to the front door, like that was still there, but all the mud and everything and all the like the little stone terrain paint that I used around my plants and around my landscaping, it was all gone when I took the screenshots, so that was kind of a shame. So you can't see that like in the little intro video and in the screenshots, but that's okay. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but I don't know. I love using terrain paint, and I think that it gives the build so much more like life. It kind of brings it to life, if that makes sense, and it just makes it so much more like realistic. And so yeah, I always take a lot of time just placing down the terrain paint and making it look exactly the way I want it to. So it's always a little bit annoying whenever I see that glitch happened and that my terrain paint is gone. That's always kind of a shame, but it's okay, really. It doesn't really matter too much. I did realize it before I put it up on the gallery, so if you want to download this house, there will be terrain paint. I placed it back. But yeah. That was my little rant about that stupid little glitch. It's okay, really. I'm just overreacting, but yeah, it's fine. But as you can see, I was just going crazy with the plants and the stones and the rocks and everything. And I think it looks so dreamy. And that was definitely the vibe that I was going for. Like, it could also like be a perfect little house for a witch or a wizard or a spellcaster. In The Sims. I think this house would be perfect for a sim like that as well. So I just kind of wanted it to give that vibe, like a plant lover, gardener / witch or a wizard spellcaster kind of house, if that makes sense. I'm just rambling, but I hope that's fine. I moved on to the inside, as you can see, and the floor plan for this one was very difficult. I don't know why. It's so small, so I didn't really have any options, but that's exactly what the struggle with it was for me. For some reason, I couldn't find the right place for the kitchen, and it took me a long time. I mean, I didn't record all the fiddling around with that, but I think it took me a solid like 15 minutes or 10 minutes to figure that out. And then in the end, I went with this layout that I have right here. So there is no sink in the kitchen, but there is a sink in the bathroom. So that's all fine. Your sim can just use the sink in the bathroom to wash their dishes. I think that's okay. And here you can see me fiddling around with the appliances that I wanted to use. The stove that I had placed down before this one just looked a little bit too, like, I don't know, too old school or something. That was just not really the vibe that I was going for. I was definitely going for a little bit of an outdated vibe, like everything inside the house is a little bit dated and a little bit older, but not like in a way that, I don't know, not like in that way that stove that I used before this one gave. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I think this one fits a lot better. It suits the house a little bit better. And then I just placed a lot of plants like in the little window area right here, as you can see. So the game kind of thinks that those plants are outside. That's why the lighting on those plants is a little bit weird, but that's okay. I mean, they're just plants and they're still green, so I didn't really mind it too much. It's all fine, but I really like the look of that window full of potted plants and just full of greenery, and I think it looks really cute. Wow, I can't speak. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think it looks really cute and just really messy, and that's the vibe that I was going for sure. Like, very messy and old and cluttered and stuff like that. So yeah, I did really like that the medium wall height allowed me to use that big door from, I think it's from Cats and Dogs, like that rounded glass door that you can see. It leads to a little outside area connected to the house, and I placed a dining table down there with 2 chairs, and that is definitely my favorite part of the house, even though it's outside. I mean, I think it looks amazing. It would be so nice to just sit down outside there, being surrounded by plants and nature. And I also think that this neighborhood, this is in Windenburg, and I think it would be so quiet and peaceful around here, and that would just be so nice. And here in this little corner, I placed a bed, and I was really playing around. I had so much fun placing this little bed area here, because what I did was I placed like one wall that you can see right now. I'm removing the right one later on, but then I just hung up some curtains in front of there, so it kind of makes it look like it's not a bedroom, it's not a separate room, but it it is a separate little area that you can close off by closing the curtains. And I've never done that before, and I think it just looks so cozy. Like, wouldn't it be so nice to just lay in that bed? And I connected I placed like a little bookshelf at the end of the bed. So it is like you can just close the curtains and be so cozy in your bed and read a book and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just seems so cozy to me. I'm definitely the kind of person that would just cuddle up in this bed and close the curtains and just pretend that the world is non-existent and just lay down there for a little while and just read a book or something like that. That just seems like a dream come true to me. And that's why I had so much fun placing down that little bedroom or that little sleeping area right there. I just think it looks so cute. And here I was just messing around with the wallpaper a little bit, and then I realized that I didn't place down a bookshelf that was actually functional, because the one connected to the bed, you can't use that. Your Sims can't get to it. So I just placed down another one because I did want this house to be fully functional. Everything works and stuff like that. And there's even a little TV in there. There's no computer or laptop though. That wouldn't fit the house at all. But I did place down a little TV, and then I figured I do need a bookshelf that actually functions, so that this build is functional and it basically has all the stuff that you need for your gameplay. And this is the little outside area that I was talking about. I think it looks so cute. It has those little glassless windows, those windows with no glass in it. I think those are from Cats and Dogs as well. And I just hung up some like hanging plants in there from the debug catalog, and it just looks so cute. You're surrounded by plants when you're sitting there. It just looks so nice and so peaceful. And here you can see that I placed down a little 2x2 bathroom. It does have everything you need in there. There's no laundry in this house. I was thinking about placing down that laundry item. That's not the actual washer and dryer, but the one that you have to do the laundry by hand. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that, because I didn't really have any room to place a hamper or something inside the house. So that's why I quickly deleted it again. And I was like, you know what? This is just going to be a house with no laundry for a change. I always do that for the sake of like reality. But for this house, I just thought it would be fine to just not use laundry for once. And here you can see me placing down all the little planter boxes and stuff for your sim to enjoy some gardening. And I placed down Patchy, and yeah, I just think it looks really cute. I am really happy with this house, and I wish I could go here right now. But anyway, we're pretty much at the end of the video. You can download this house off the gallery. My username is Simmarysims on the gallery. You can also follow me on Instagram if you like. My Instagram handle is @Simmarysims. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!